Hey everybody, Nick here, and today I'm going to do a little bit of knife modding for you right here live on the channel. This right here is the WE Banter. This is a knife that I had picked up for review at one point in time, then I actually picked up another version of it. But today what I'd like to do is to swap the scales out for something a little bit more interesting, a little bit more fabulous. That's right, we are going to swap in the Space Kitten scales. So I know what you're all thinking, Nick, A, what? And B, what? This knife here is designed by Ben Peterson. Ben Banter's, this is his logo, this is his company and whatnot. And he has created for these knives, for this particular model, these Space Kitty Banter scales, which is just honestly hilarious, right? And, you know, the moment I saw these, it was like, okay, I need to get this for my wife, right? It's a necessity. She doesn't know it yet. She has no idea that this is a thing, but it's just, she needs this. So I'm going to go on ahead and make it happen for her. This was a take out the credit card and take my damn money, Ben, sort of moment. And so that's what we got going on here, and that's what we're going to do. We're going to take this whole thing apart, and we're going to swap out these new scales, or swap in them, I suppose. But, yeah, looking forward to this, not so much because, you know, it's going to be that exceptional and new or different. I mean, you all have no doubt seen the inside of a Banter before, actually probably from my channel. You watched that review, but at the same time, yeah, I don't know. Looking forward to seeing what these look like in the end. One of the things, look, so Ben, Knopf's, Ben Peterson here, is really a, he's an entertaining guy. I actually first met Ben, I think I first met him actually at ProTech. Or maybe I met him first at the Blade Show. I forget exactly what the order of events was, so to speak. No, it would have been at, either way, I met Ben way back when there, and he is formerly of Blade HQ. And he is a person who is very kind, and frankly just nice. He's just one of the people that you kind of go through life, you're like, okay, this is a solid human, right? This is a nice guy. I'm a big fan of him, and so it makes it very easy to support his work. But more importantly, one of the things I like very much, and this is a rant, by the way, don't expect actual, you know, like serious, hard-hitting journalism here. This is just a rant. One of the things I like most about Ben's approach to the knife world is that he's having fun with it. Right? It's very, very clear to me that one of the things that Ben seems to value very much is a little bit of lightheartedness. This was clear in his videos with Blade HQ. This is, by the way, the What Is Up, guys, which I've just done poorly. Sorry, Ben. But, you know, I appreciate the fact that he's got a very lighthearted approach to everyday carry into the pocket knife world. In a world where you've got way too many people who are, you know, really into it, like high speed, low drag. They can, you know, I am taking this altogether too seriously. Ben seems to be sort of an exception. And making things like the Space Kitty Banter scales feels just about on brand, right? It feels pretty excellent. And I think we're seeing a number of people kind of drifting. We're seeing the market drifting that way. Another piece of evidence for this, actually, is the Boca, for lack of a better word, donut knife, right? I think they made a version of the AK-47, which is a knife by Boca, in addition to being a gun. But anyways, they made a version of that looks roughly like a, what am I going for here? Like a frosted pink donut, right? Like a Simpsons-style donut. And you know what? Okay, cool. I don't, it's not a knife I'm particularly after, partly because it's illegal here in the state of California. But at the same time, I really appreciate that they went there. I really appreciate that they bothered. And it's something that I think the popularity of that model is revealing that very much to people. That, you know, there's certainly, look, the high-speed, low-drag approach is definitely a way to sell knives, right? It is very, very possible to make good money selling people knives, using tactical marketing, using all of that kind of stuff. That's a thing, and it will probably remain a thing for the lifetime of the knife world. But there is another market, right? There are people who like these objects, who like these tools, and at the end of the day, this is very much a tool for a lot of people. And in the same way that, they may not be really that interested in taking it as seriously as some folks do. And so, you know what? I really do like very much the folks who come to this with a sense of humor. This could be the makers who come at who like, incorporate some humor into their approach. Generally speaking, John Gray has a series of knives that are named, I think it's Slimline Utility Tactical, and he doesn't say all the words. He just spells it out. Yeah. And so, I am not one to slut shame that. That's a really great knife name, right? Or even a Lamech with like the Whippersnapper, etc. That could have been called the Murdertron 5000 at 5 other companies, but, a Lamech decided to be a little bit more, I don't know, a little more entertaining about it. But nonetheless, I think there's very much a value to that. I don't want to diminish the fact that, for some people, these are tactical tools. They are weapons, etc. And, having the all of the high-speed, low-dragitude can be inspiring and interesting and useful to them. But I think it's also important for companies to remember that, for everybody who's out there looking for the death on contact, there's probably somebody out there looking at the Space Kitty knife and going, yeah, I like that. I'm digging this idea. I'm digging this approach. And so, I don't know. I just, I like seeing it. I really do. And, I like seeing it coming from good people. And I like just, I don't know. I just like it. This is a cool idea. So, I guess that's kind of the nature of my rant. Right. And the other thing is it gets people into this world that might not have otherwise been that way. I'm not, certainly I'm not so shallow as to say, what women need to get into the knife market is Space Kitty scales, right? That's absolutely not the case. My wife's taste in pocket knives is way more high speed, low drag than mine will ever be, right? That is not, that is absolutely a fact. Right. So it's not the case that she is sitting there like, oh, wow, only if you put a cat on it am I interested in that. No, absolutely not. But it is also the case that not even necessarily women, but just people who might not be okay with that marketing are going to be brought into the fold by something like this. There is a class of people, a variety of, a vast slice of the demographic world, so to speak, who are going to be able to look at this knife and go, oh, yeah, I get it. That's kind of awesome. I would totally carry one of those to open boxes and envelopes. Who would absolutely never look at something, do I have anything super high speed? I mean, this isn't really super high speed, low drag, but, who aren't going to feel the same way about this little guy right here from Civivi. That's not going to be a, what the heck is the name of this thing? I don't remember. But either way, I think it's just important that the community is, looking out for those folks and giving them something that I think is going to be more appealing. Because, look, if somebody comes into the community, if somebody starts carrying a pocket knife and starts being there and understanding the pocket knife world, even just a little bit, because of something like this, I think that's huge. Right? Because at the very least, that's one person who's not voting for, fear-focused knife laws. That's one person who is going to be, frankly, perhaps purchasing more pocket knives, right? And that's a great thing for supporting the companies that we give a damn about. I don't know. So I look at these kinds of things as they're certainly not to everybody's taste, but by God, it's an important thing that we're doing some of them, right? That the community has some of this action going on. So, like I said, I'm loving it. I really, really am. And I've been loving it for a while. In fact, this was one of my Knife Gripes videos, one of the rare ones that, hold on, I should put some Loctite on there. It was actually in favor of things, Knife Praise, I suppose. I never gave him another name. But just like that sense of humor, I think is crucial. But, so anyways, just kind of loving it. There we go. This one, I'm making sure that I'm putting the pivot back together with the cutout in the proper location. The little nubbin needs to go in the little, and that'll make everything work here. Then I just need to drop in these 2 back screws, and we should be back together everything should be good to go, and I can give this guy to my wife. One of the things, she doesn't know that yet. I mean, she may see this video, and, who knows, but she doesn't necessarily watch every video on my channel. I'm going to make the thumbnail something that she's perhaps not going to immediately click on, but I'm going to give this to her. I think one of these days, she and I have decided that we are going to do a Terrible Knives live together. Where she is looking through some of the terribilities of the past, right, and getting her opinions on some really awful stuff. And I'm excited about that, and she's excited about that. And I think at the very end, I'm going to need to present her with this little guy. I don't know that she's going to, love it, carry it for the rest of her life, but at the very least, I think she'll appreciate it, and I think that's an important thing. So anyways, there's a sneak preview of something coming up. No guarantees on timeline. My wife is busy, I'm busy. And, both of us, heck, it's been a long time since I've had the energy to get, do a big live show. Those do take it out of you a little bit. But nonetheless, it's in the works. It's coming, and when it gets here, hopefully it's going to be a gem. But for now, it's spectacular. The little cat inside the spacesuit. Yeah, totally down for that. Anyways, I hope this has been interesting to you, and have yourselves an absolutely wonderful rest of your day. Bye now.